Hello, Libra. I hope that you guys are all doing well. I have wanted to do your reading actually for a couple days, but things kept getting pushed off. It just felt like the timing wasn't right. Maybe you have something like that that's going on for you. I am using a different deck, I think, than I have used before. It is called the Radiant Tarot for anybody that wants to know. The first card that we have out is Four of Wands. Four of Wands is actually when we feel like things are stabilizing, and it can feel like things are stabilizing after they hadn't been feeling like that. Like maybe something is feeling like, this card feels kind of abundant to me when I'm looking at it. Like this is structured enough that now like this can grow and lean upon that. Like this is stable enough that you can like have that on there and it's not going to fall off. Like maybe something like this happening. Maybe some type of structure doing what you need it to do. For some of you, this can be something going on with relationships, family, household. I'm seeing 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You know what it kind of reminds me of? When you get balloons, but then it's like a couple days after and they start going down a little bit. I'm starting to see that in the Four of Wands. Okay, we have Page of Swords coming out next. Maybe you're learning more and more about like what stability looks like for you, what this stabilizing of energy, like how to get it to do that even. Like you can be having some important epiphanies or even realizations. It's like finding out how this works best for you. We're also having Four of Cups be coming out. Okay. Four of Cups can sometimes be seen as like lethargy, or it can be like kind of feeling like a bit apathetic or like not the most pleased with something. However, I think we can also see the Four of Cups sometimes as like something feeling like kind of emotionally stable, possibly just like in the context of what I'm seeing here. Like maybe something just feels like it's become regulated in a way that it hadn't been before. I'm seeing Page of Swords is like stuck between two fours, and when we have fours, fours are like the cornerstones of things, and it is connected with stability, can very much be connected with home or with foundational things within your life. See how that Page of Swords is between? We have Four of Wands, we have Four of Cups, and Page of Swords in between. So maybe there's even something that you're realizing about the relationship between like stabilizing something energetically and then like the feelings that are connected with that. And maybe even something feels like it's stabilized enough that you can actually understand it. Like you can, it's like something becoming still enough that you can assess it. I'm getting something like that coming through here with this. And maybe things were moving around too much before. I'm seeing a skeleton here. Maybe something was like bones. Maybe something was going on before that. It's like, how do you assess a moving wave? It's like it comes in and it comes out and there's all of this movement happening, but having all of these fours here, it feels like something is still now, and something is like, instead of trying to survey a video, it's like you get a snapshot of something, like you get a picture. So it's just a freeze frame of something. And so you can really take a close look at it and understand. And I'm seeing something about a relationship, something about even the relationship between what's going on energetically, how one is using their energy, and then feelings that come along with it. Or like even something where there's an emotional understanding of things, and then seeing what's playing out and how that feels, what the effect is of that. And Page of Swords is that part of us that we're constantly curiously observing things that are going on. Like we just can't help but notice, can't help but see. And I wonder if something has just become still enough that you can see it now. And like, what is it that you see exactly? I don't know. I'm sure we're going to be finding out, but I'm getting that something has stilled enough that you can really take a good look at it and see. And before I get the feeling that things were moving around too much for you to be able to tell, but now you can really see something here. Okay, so it's so ironic, right? The way that the energy works. Four of Wands, that stillness, that stabilization. Four of Cups, that stabilization. Now we have the Tower coming out. The Tower is going to be when things go back into motion again. And this can be in a way, I feel like something was very short-lived where it was like, yes, everything like is coming together here. Everything is stabilizing, but having that Tower below the Four of Wands feels like everything being blown up again. And then that Four of Cups feels like maybe at that point feeling displeased with this. But I do feel like you got stillness for a minute. You surveyed something important and now things are moving again. And it can feel like a very big movement that's happening. I'm seeing you even, it feels like the foundation getting ripped up here. Like something actually looks very much like it's falling apart. Now, this can be home situation. This can be a marriage. It can be a relationship of some sort. Anything I feel like that there would be a hope, a desire for this thing to be something that you can lean on, something that you can rely on within your life. Having the Tower there, and things could have been like good for a moment, and then having that Tower there can be like almost feeling like it was very temporary, the way that something came together and like fit just right, and then it's like, never mind, that's not what's happening. Like something else is going on now. And then you seeing that happen too. It's like the calm before the storm is what the Four of Wands and Four of Cups feels like. Like things just being like nothing really happening and really getting a good look at what's going on. And then having the Tower come out, it's like things don't stay like that. I guess like not in this timeline, I suppose, or not in this cycle, I suppose. So like now something feels like it's shifting around again. And I feel like it's at the bottom of something. Like this Tower feels like it echoes from the core or the foundation of something all the way up to the top. And like it almost feels like nothing is safe in a way, like in relation to whatever this is. Because I just like get that sense with the Tower below the Four of Wands. Because sometimes towers will just like knock the top off of something because it's like slanting the wrong way and it needs to be corrected, but the foundation is fine. But the way that I'm seeing this, it looks like from the basis of the foundation up, like something is just like cracked from the foundation. And maybe there's something here about like not knowing what's gonna happen. And I'm even seeing the Page of Swords feel like bracing itself. This feels like a very chaotic moment happening. But then we have Six of Swords, so we move through it. Maybe there was also an understanding of what was going on in the first place, like where that was coming from. It's like maybe you were building on a like fault line of some sort. But now it feels with Six of Swords like that can be understood, so there can be a like moving on from that. It's like trying to build something on the fault line again and again, and you're like, is it because the concrete didn't set the right way, or because like of those builders, like maybe they're not measuring things properly, and then you find out that it's just like the territory that you're building within, and that's why. So I feel even too like you may have learned something important here. So now you can make the move that needs to be made. Maybe so this isn't going to happen again. So I really do feel like you're learning from whatever this is that's been going on. But I feel like it may have been something that happened repeatedly and you had to use, what is it? Like you had to deduce, but I feel like it had to happen multiple times in order for you to figure this out. But now it feels like it's figured out. I get the sense of that. So that means you would know what to do in order to not have this happen again, so you can avoid this. Here comes the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, Wheel of Fortune is also about understanding too the cycles and what's going on. I do keep seeing Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So when we have Eight of Cups, we can be looking for something that we don't have. I get that strongly with this Eight of Cups in particular. So maybe something's going on and you feel like you're kind of on the hunt for something. Like taking a bird's eye view, I'm seeing you have to be looking all over the land looking for something. And it may be a little bit outside of maybe like where you have been looking, is what it seems like to me. I feel too like if you were to keep trying to build again, because I'm seeing it be like building and then it falls apart and then building and then it falls apart and then building and then it falls apart. So it feels like it would be a gamble if you continue to do this or like rely on this, and that can be something that's being recognized. And at this point you can be feeling unhappy with the lack of stability, feeling unsatisfied with the instability. And so maybe there's something where you're like, you love the land, but at the same time, you know that this is going to keep happening. So now that you know the truth, you can either like keep trying to build there and expect that towers will come because it's on a fault line, or you can say like, I love the land, but it's not for building what I'm trying to build, and you have to go somewhere else. That's what I'm seeing. And with Page of Swords and Six of Swords, I feel like you have now recognized this. You have now seen this. Like, this is very much like what you have deduced from it. I'm seeing it be an accurate call, an accurate read for what's been going on. This is like what the code of the energy has been telling you. And now at this point, like maybe you're willing to expand beyond this point because you kind of know what something is. It feels like you know a situation for what it is. And if you're not going to be happy with that, you may want to expand elsewhere. Because you know that a situation is just going to be like a repeat, and you could settle for that if you wanted to, but do you want to? And so that's why with Eight of Cups, I feel like you might be on the lookout for something beyond this at this point, because it can be something where you're like, I see what's going on here. I'm totally understanding it. And I don't think that that's the thing that I want to choose. I don't think that that's the thing that I want to pick. And now you can do something because you understand the message of the cycle. And that's what I'm seeing be going on for you, Libra. I'm seeing Mars and I'm seeing Jupiter here. This can be through some very chaotic things. You end up learning a whole lot, but it can also feel difficult. It can also feel challenging. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.